Hello, my name is Dennis Ward, and I'm CEO of Greenly Focus, the home of the Green Tracking Service. And today, what we would like to do is, or what I would like to do, is to show you how to log in to the GPS dashboard. And so, at this point, you should have your account ID and also the password that we sent you. And also, we sent you a link to this page. And so if we look at the GPS dashboard page here, this is the splash page under my or my.greentrack.com. You should see a page that looks like this. And now you can put your account in. I'm going to put my account name and also my password. And you can do the same on your machine. So once we put that in, we hit login, and voila. This is the Green Tracking Service dashboard. This is our dashboard, GPS dashboard. And notice we're going to go into three areas. Well, actually, we're going to do one of the three areas today, and this is monitor, geofence, and report. We're going to go into the monitor page so you can see how to do a naming convention and set up your file system for your trackers. So if we hit monitor, it takes you to the monitor page. And notice here, you have the name of your company, you'll have your tracker and a map. And notice here in the area where you see your tracker, it's basically here a file system. So you notice here we have three other files here along with the default group. When you open up your dashboard, you're going to see, of course, you have one device. You'll see one device under the default group. That's where if you had 1 or 100 devices that you purchased from us, they will all show up on this in the default group. And then you can move them around as you wish. So here you can actually, up here in the top right where it says new group, you can actually push that, put the name of the group. In fact, you see here we have stressed, deployed, inactive. You can name any file you want. Basically, you're naming a file system here. And then when you hit add, it will just be added in this area. So now let's go to the device itself. Notice here there's a name that's on this device. And I called it Refrig Quetta, you see there, destination, and then the address. And this nomenclature is good for the way I look at the downstream, my downstream vendor or typical downstream vendor. And this is what we're going to encourage you to look at as far as the nomenclature of the name. Usually we put the covered electronic device, the address or the location where it's going, and also the date in which you put the tracker onto the covered electronic device. In this case, we were sending a refrigerator. So we put the tracker onto the refrigerator and we called it refrig.quetta. And then notice the destination area here. In this case, we didn't know where the refrigerator was going to end up. So we put for the destination with a little question mark, and then the date in which we connected the tracker, which was on January 20th, 2021. And then this is information of the tracker itself. And when you go into your dashboard, you'll see, for example, AT3 dot and then the number. Those 4 digits correspond to the digits that are on your tracker. When you look at it, there's the IMEI number, and the last 4 digits are those digits. And you can actually look into and make that correlation with your tracker in the GPS dashboard and also in the GSM dashboard. And so you can do that. So in this case, now we want to see where the tracker is. So that's what we encourage you to do is go here to the box on the left and select to the checkbox here, and then your tracker will show up on the map, okay, in a certain location. And you can also look at other ways to look in the map. You can take a look at the satellite view, terrain view. There's several views we have under Google and other types of views you can take a look at. For example, let's just look at quickly the satellite view. And then you can zoom in or zoom out as you wish. So the same as any map that you would use in Google. Now, while we're here, let's look at this icon, this big square icon that showed up on top of your device. And you notice the device is here. When the device now, as we see, is offline, it's sleeping. But when it awakes, the icon will change to green, and then it will say online. So here, you notice there, GPS, it's offline, and it's showing the battery power here and also the satellites. And the last time that the device was awake, it actually connected to 9 satellites, which is excellent, okay? But if it's under 4, probably you may not get a good GPS signal, and in which case it may not show up, it may go dark. And these are cases when the tracker is, let's say, inside, like any other GPS device. When the tracker goes inside into, let's say, a cargo bin or in a warehouse or what have you, it may lose connection to the satellites. And if that happens, then you may not be able to get the satellite signal, and then the tracker cannot send data, proper data, to the dashboard via the GSM. So then that's the case where it may go dark. Now, what helps to know when the tracker actually got the last GPS signal is right here. If you notice here, with this little caret, if you hit it, it shows the last positioning there. If you notice the last position and then the last update. The last positioning is the last GPS position that it actually got a good GPS signal. And it stays on 10 seconds and it goes away. You can push it and come back again. But the last update is the last GSM update for communication. So sometimes these timestamps could be different based on if, of course, the GPS signal was not able to be captured. So, and the conditions of where the tracker is and so forth. So, but this is at a glance view at what is going on at the time. Now let's look at these icons here on the bottom real briefly. If you go to the middle icon, this will show you your device details. And this is where you change the name of the device and so forth. So if you notice there under the device name, there's the name. You can actually change this. It's highlighted. You can change the name. And you can also move your device into different groups. And this is what you can do here in this window. So just a quick show of what that was. And so that's where you can change it. You can access it here, or you can hit these 3 dots, and it also brings up similar to what you see in these icons. You can move your device into different groups. If you notice here, as I mouse over the move group, you can move it into the different files that you set up. Now, when you actually come to the page, let's say during a case where you have the device out for a while and you want to know what happened maybe a week ago, you can actually come in here, and this icon that looks like a backwards S, that's your playback icon. And then you can also reach it here when you go to the 3 dots in the playback. Let's push on that and see what it takes us to. So that takes us to another page, and this is your playback page. And note here, you can go back under the tracking time to last week, or even what's happening this week and so forth. Let's push on what happened last week from the 17th to the 23rd, for example, of January. So if I hit the playback button, it actually shows what occurred. So we see probably not much occurred. So let's see, let's go back to, let's see, last week. Okay, let's save that. Okay, so we're back to last week. You notice the devices here in the bottom of the page here, you see. And when we hit the playback button, notice there's a time elapse under the bar here, and this will show what is going on during that period of time. So you notice there it's on the 20th, it's going per hour or so. or the times that the device was awake. And notice on, let's see, okay, on the 21st, the next day, the device was picked up and it was actually gone to the recycling location, which is over here 4 miles away. And of course, we can zoom in and see where that is, right? We can actually move down and zoom in and so forth, and we could see the quarry, the area where it went. So this is something you can do when you first log into the page. You want to get a quick view of what happened. If you have to see more than a week or so back in time, we can go back 3 months, and then you would see that in the reports page, and that's what we will show you in a different video. But for at a glance view for what you want to see is this is what we wanted to show you for the monitoring. So this is what you can do. Also for alerts, if you notice there's a little button that's on the tracker. When that's pushed in and when it's activated, when someone pulls off the tracker, it will send a signal to this dashboard, the GPS dashboard, and you'll see it here where you see this little red button. That's your alert signals. So what comes up here is the maybe the alert, what may have caused the alert, a timestamp of the alert time and its position, and also you can get the location when you actually go to the reports page. So that's it. These are some of the things that you can do. And it's quite a bit more, but this is what you can do right now in the monitor page. And check out our other videos for geofencing and also the reporting. So thank you. And if you have any questions, feel free to call us or connect with us at www.greenleaffocus.com. Thank you.